So I was out of control, and I went into a church. I haven't prayed in forever. Got down on my knees, and I was like, God, and right then, it was this overwhelming, like, pow, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm with another comedian on the road, so my initial thought was, he's jacking with me, he's behind me, and he's going, hey, man, you guys, like on the sense of this. Have you ever felt like God was talking to you and you ignored him? Hebrews 3:15, today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts.
So Reno, there's a powerful story of you walking into a church at Notre Dame, kneeling down and sensing God tell you that you've got to stop drinking now. Can you take us back to that moment?
I had an experience when I was in my 20s, and I think I've told you this, but you feel empty when you're an alcoholic, you feel out of control. So you'll notice a lot of alcoholics control other things, like, my grass is that high, because they can't control this, but they can, I can mow that thing down. So I was out of control. I knew it internally. And I went into a church up at Notre Dame, and I was in my early 20s. And I was blowing it out every night. I mean, I was freaking pow, 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 pow. And I just wander in, and I'm like, I haven't prayed in forever. There's nobody in here. This church was gorgeous. I mean, beautiful. And they had these little kneeler things, and I walked down, and I'm like, I haven't prayed in a while. You know what? I'm a good person. Look at me. It doesn't matter what I did last time. I prayed today. And I got down on my knees, and I was like, God, and right then, and my friends laugh at me. I don't care. If it happens to you, I can either lie to you or I can tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. If you think I'm nuts, run amok. I don't care. It was this overwhelming, like, feeling. There wasn't like words like, Reno, stop. It was this, Reno, you've got to stop drinking. You're destroying your life. You're going to ruin yourself. Along the lines of that, it wasn't like words, but it was a pow, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm with another comedian on the road. So my initial thought was, he's jacking with me. He's behind me, and he's going, hey, man, you guys, like on the Simpsons or something. And there's nobody in there. And there's nobody around. Look at my hair on my arm. I'm like, what was that? And then I was like, dude, you just had a spiritual experience. Like that happened, right? Like that was God. And then slowly I'm like, yeah, was it? I don't know, dude. You've done a lot of stuff to your brain over the years. You probably, like, a brain cell popped loose and fired through your head, and you just, and it's like, yeah, wait a minute, I'm not, this is ridiculous. I got to get out of here. And by the time I'd walk to the back to the church, I'd convince, look, you are a lunatic. People tell you you're a lunatic. You live your life acting like a lunatic. This was absolutely nothing, and I was drinking in an hour or two.
And how long did that last?
20 more years. I mean, like, I literally... How stupid am I? Now, I could beat myself up for that, right? Mm-hmm. And if I would have never looked in the Bible, I would have. But Peter was forgiven by Jesus after denying him 3 times after he told him he would. And I was like, maybe I'm not garbage. Like, maybe I'm not just this person who can't get anything right. And everything is everybody else's fault. I blamed everybody for everything. It's your fault I'm drunk. My wife, Sandy, was like, you're really good at gaslighting. And she goes, I'm not even sure you know what it means. And I don't. I think I never know what this means. But if it's, making the other person feel uncomfortable to cover up what you're doing, right. Alcoholics invented gaslight. I mean, that is like our MO. That's right to the point. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you drink so much? Have you ever tried to live with you, Arnie? You know what? That's the thought process. Right. There's no responsibility. If nothing's my fault, I don't do anything wrong, and I can do whatever I want. It's like, I think a lot of people, my friends included, I have friends who are atheists, and I don't unfriend people, because what if I'm the only Christian they know?
Right.
Right? Plus, I love them. And I'm unapologetic about this, man. I don't care. Like people aren't gonna want to come see your comedy when they find out you're a Christian. Well, guess what? I'm not gonna burn. I'm trying to get right with the guy. I know this isn't how it works, but in my comedic, jacked up mind, I'm like, look, I want to get up to heaven and have Jesus go, Reno, let's be honest, those first 45 years, there was kind of a dumpster fire. But I love what you did at the end. Come here, you little, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to, they told me I had 5 years left to live. I know I'm off topic and I still have ADD and I don't take medicine for it and I won't. But when they told me I had 5 years to live, right? They were like, liver, they go, we can't even tell with your liver. It could be 2, but your kidneys are shutting down. They said I had 5 years. That was 9 years ago. Nice. I prayed to God, please God, if I stop and all these things, and I was just, when you're drowning, you pray like you mean to pray. Like it's meant to be. Right. And I had to be forced down here so I could learn how to do it. So now I lived past those 5 years. So they're bonus years. There were so many nights I should have died or could have died. And unfortunately, you're going to hear about a lot of that on this podcast. If something that became my best friend saved me, and I don't have any question in my mind how I was saved out of this. I mean, I had to work a lot, but not nearly. I mean, I never would have gotten there without Jesus. Why would I find that out and then go, I'm not going to tell anybody about this. It might mess up. I got to go to the Chuckle Hut next Friday. What if I don't sell 400, 300 tickets? Oh my gosh. Like, what if someone thinks that, you know, I was so cool when I used to party and now I'm not, or he's not as funny anymore now that he doesn't drink. So why would I keep that? I'd be a jerk if I learned this and I didn't share it. If you found the cure, something that helped somebody survive cancer and you didn't tell them, well, you're a drug company, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Why would I keep that to myself? So then this is what set me into this. And it's kind of it's not a parable, I guess, but here was the story. There's a guy sitting on a fence, right? He's thinking, and all of a sudden the devil pops up and Jesus pops up on the other side. And Jesus says, hey, listen, if you come with me, you'll have salvation, and for eternity, you'll be in heaven. And the devil goes, yeah, man, but you can do whatever you want down here. I mean, I can get you whatever it is in your wildest dreams, you can have it. And Jesus and the devil are looking at the guy, and the guy goes, I don't know, man, I kind of like both. I think I'm going to stay here. And Jesus disappears, and the devil goes, I own the fence. Right?
Yeah.
So I was on the fence.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be on the fence getting sober. I had to go all in. I couldn't be on the fence wanting to be a comedian. I had to go all in. So this is the same thing. I don't want to be on the fence. And so much of the fear that we have as alcoholics is, one, people finding out we're an alcoholic. That's mine.
That's yours. 2-1 still.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. 2-1.
So that's why I want to go all in on this. Like, I don't think as an alcoholic you can ride the fence. When it's time for recovery, you pick a side, man. You either go down the hole or you go into the light. But alcohol and drugs are undefeated. They're going to kill you. All I want to do is pass on the love that I have gotten through this whole process from people that didn't even know me, because I'm still broken. I don't want to do this podcast because I'm fixed. I'm not, man. I'm using this podcast for me to learn too. I want to be closer. I know how good it feels right now, as close as I am to Jesus, but I'm not there. But it's a constant day to day, 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time. What effort did you put into it today? You know how much effort I put into getting drunk? We could have 4 feet of snow out there and I'd have walked 2 miles to get a bottle of booze. Now, will I do that same thing to get sober? I'm going to have to. You have to go all in, but there are tools you need. And I just want to share the ones I've learned and then take other people and let them share their tools so we build a community where we all have a shed to get tools out of.
That's awesome.
So I, for one, can tell you, if God speaks to you, listen to him. Please. don't push them away. I did. And I could tell you again about the wreckage, but I don't want to give you my phone number. Hang in there. Stay strong and listen to God.
This is Alive and Sober with Reno C. Don't wait 20 years to say yes to God. He's calling you today.